Thank you for attending the Digital Packaging Summit case study presented by INX Digital. Today's case study on the next generation of product decoration will be done in conjunction with LSync Corporation. INX International Ink Company traditionally has manufactured printing inks for the metal decorating, flexographic printing, offset printing, and gravure printing markets. In 2006, inks realized the growing importance of digital printing and the disruptive technology that this presented to their conventional ink businesses. From 2006 through 2009, inks acquired 4 companies that focused on digital printing. Those companies merged into what we know today as INX Digital. INX Digital manufactures UV, solvent, and water-based digital inks. It also has a division within the organization that focuses on inkjet hardware printing systems and print engines. INX Digital partners with end users, integrators, and printer manufacturers to develop inkjet printing solutions for many different markets. 2 specific that we will discuss today are the label and packaging markets and a new and emerging market, the direct-to-object, or what some people refer to as direct-to-shape printing. INX Digital focuses on 3 primary vertical markets in creating solutions for the end user. One is Triangle, that is our aftermarket ink, parts, and service. The second is Prodigy. Prodigy is for OEM ink, chemistry expertise, and services, typically from a printer manufacturer. And Evolve is the OEM development, print engine development, sales, and consulting services. It's important to remember that the most important part of all of these particular vertical markets is the ink itself. Illustrated on this slide are several of the different types of packages and ink sets that we offer. To further describe our vertical markets, number 1 is Triangle. It's proven alternative inks for almost every type of printhead in the market. Those printheads are ones that print UV, curable inks, solvent, or aqueous inks. There is also a global dealer network offering full technical training and local technical support along with our Triangle products. The second market, Prodigy, are our jettable fluids for what we term the industrial and specialty print applications. And these are application-specific inks that are generally customized for different substrates and different functions. And the third is Evolve. Evolve is our integration, consulting, and design services that focuses around the hardware components, the print engine, and the finished print systems for various different markets. At the beginning of the presentation, we talked about focusing on 2 areas. One was the label market. It's important to examine the success that digital printing has had in labels and labeling. Digital printers are very unique in that they have the ability to print and do secondary processes all within the same machine or platform. And this photograph is a great example of one such device. This is the NarrowWeb 210. It starts with rolled material, goes through a corona treatment and web cleaner, and then goes up through the print zone, which is the area there in the center of the photograph that you see, where the ZAR 1003 printheads apply the cyan, magenta, yellow, and black ink. This ink is UV curable, so it then wraps down into the machine where a UV lamp cures the ink itself. It then moves on to a laser die cutting station. The laser die cutter actually takes the graphic file along with the die line that's present in that particular file and die cuts the material with a laser. It then exits the machine where you can elect to slit the roll if you have ganged multiple jobs across the roll, and it winds the finished labels up there as you see on the bottom right, that large roll in the photograph. It also takes the matrix or waste material and rolls that on a separate roll for disposal. The following video is a visual representation to this widely accepted process today. Please enjoy the video, and also notice, if you would, the laser die cutting. It's very unique and very different and also very impressive.
From INX International, the NW210 UV Digital Label Press. From print file to finished roll, the NW210 combines digital printing and finishing in a single pass, increasing your efficiency and giving you the lowest cost per label. For labels, direct mail, and packaging needs, you now have an attractive alternative for high-speed, high-quality, narrow-web inkjet printing. For short runs, for customized and variable data applications, this press is a dynamic performer. Get UV LED cured single pass output, run speeds up to 80 feet per minute, powered by jet inks and ZAR 1002 printhead technology. You can print continuous tone 8 level grayscale, yielding an apparent resolution of greater than 1000 dpi. And with specially designed INX Digital UV inks, optimized for jet inks printing systems, you can expect high-impact, vibrant color. Best of all, with advanced electronics and software, this press can easily be integrated into any number of workflow operations. For increased performance, the Spartanix X210 laser cutting station provides a fully integrated end-to-end workflow. Compared to traditional rotary or flatbed die cutting, this laser cutting option offers more flexibility and cost savings. Integrate these two digital technologies together and you'll greatly reduce cycle time, eliminate costly tooling and printing plates, and decrease material waste. To help you evolve, the NW210 Digital Narrow Web Press. From INX International.
So why have printers like this, these digital printers, been so successful? Very simply said, they've been solving problems. A typical problem would be a conventional printer having to print sequential numbers or labels with no waste, but they have these large rolls of material that have splices. In fact, some rolls, 300-foot rolls that we have seen and experienced in the past, have up to 10 splices within the roll. And so with a digital printer, you're able to not only to detect that splice, but through software, clear the print zone where the splice is, and then continue to print after the spliced area, not interfering at all with the sequential numbering or sequential coding of these labels. So what's the result? That jobs can be printed sequentially with no waste and no reprints of label that landed on a splice. Again, the theme here is, so why have they been successful? Because they're solving problems. An example of customers needing to be able to digitally print on pre-cut or pre-printed labels due to customer requirements. Again, through software, you can adjust or set the machine to trigger a print on an edge of a pre-cut label, print in place on the label. Really, you can register wherever you want within a pre-cut or pre-printed label. The result is the customer is able to utilize alternative materials and produce jobs using the best of digital as well as traditional printing techniques. Why are they so accepted? Because they're solving problems. Predefined cut templates. Customers want to create an automated workflow using an iPhone app to lay out their labels. iPhone app allows the user to choose a cut shape. The customer wants then to cut that shape and automatically have it selected by the printer. The solution: to create a workflow that loads the cut automatically based upon the design. The result here is that the customer is able to create labels with correct cut automatically straight from an iPhone. Again, solving problems. Well, you really need to have the ability to have a gloss or matte finish on the same label. So the problem is that UV cured single pass printing technology is inherently very glossy. The customer wants gloss but also wants matte on the same label. The solution: add an additional print module onto your printer, and in this case the NarrowWeb 210, for a glossy varnish. Use inline film laminate on all the labels and digitally spot varnish the label before it's laser die cut. The result is that the customer is able to offer both matte and gloss within the same label without offline finishing. So the label market digitally has been booming, and you can, and all of you are familiar with the names out there that have these digital label presses. They've been around now for quite some time, and their acceptance is no longer questioned. So everyone's asking the question, what's next? What's coming after digitally printed labels? Well, we've seen a very unique trend in the market, and that trend has everyone's attention and has captured everyone's imagination. That trend is called direct-to-object printing. So what does direct-to-object printing look like? It looks like machines from ink cups, for example, with their Helix machine that will take glassware, cups, and print on those directly in the round, directly onto the substrate or surface. It does require some special ink formulations, but that's what they've done to achieve this. It looks like machines from Koning and Bauer Cayman with their K1 device. That's a hybrid silkscreen digital machine to print on a variety of circular or elliptical bottles. It does tapers and other things to print on cylindrical objects. The future with digital printing and direct-to-object printing is limitless. So people now are looking to try to develop hardware in conjunction with ink sets that will allow them to print on glass, on metal, on plastic. These are just a few of the examples of different types of shapes and different types of substrates that people are printing on. I'd like to show you one final video. I hope you enjoy it, and it really does go through this direct-to-object or direct-to-shape printing in great detail.
My name is Alicia Ryan, and I'm the CEO of ElSync Corporation. ElSync has the privilege of supporting a lot of different types of clients. I call it a privilege because we get to serve. It's also a privilege because we get to learn. So we support the defense and aerospace industry, as well as the commercial markets. In the commercial markets, we tend to focus more specifically on the packaging industry. We have business analysts and we have engineers. We have a 53,000 square foot facility located in Huntsville, Alabama. We have our own machine shop and assembly. We're able to take somebody's idea, design, build it, manufacture it, analyze it, figure out what needs to happen to it, all with under one roof with a lot of different subject matter experts. One of the ways that we ensure that we know that what we're going to build is going to be successful is we surround ourselves with really smart people who can help add to our company and to our team. And in this case, we've partnered with INX International.
Our division is very unique in that it has a number of different facets that we focus on, not only ink, but also on hardware. The philosophy here is what drives ink sales, and that's printers. ElSync is one of our preferred integrators, and we've been doing business with them for almost 2 decades now. And they share something that we look for in integrators, and that's a passion for printing. There are some interesting trends in the market today. If you look, most of the people that are adopting digital printing over the last 10 years have come from the pad printing or the screen print markets. Within the last several years, the packaging market really is one of the most interesting and emerging markets in digital printing. It's a much more refined process, it's cleaner, and one of the big benefits is the resolutions that you can achieve through digital printing that really are very difficult to get through pad printing and screen printing.
ElSync's engineers have been developing digital printing capabilities over the last 2 decades. In close collaboration with INX International, we have delivered products to entrepreneurs and Fortune 500 companies. This has developed a basis for the expertise that allowed ElSync to deliver the Paravollo 360 in 2019 with patented technology that we have now rolled into 2 new products, the Paravollo 360M and the ParaQ 360. The Paravollo 360M is the second product in our family of the Paravollo 360. It is a printer designed to print on contoured media. Diameters change from 0.8 of an inch to 5 1/4, and we can print up to 16 inches in length. This allows us to cover the 1.5 liter bottle market, as well as much smaller cosmetics media and other types of media. It is differentiated, truly differentiated from existing printers in the market in that contoured shapes are followed exactly, whereas existing printers approximate contours and are limited by overspray and jetting distances as to how well they can traverse the contour.
The print engine actually traverses the curvature of the bottle itself. So it might be a little bit difficult to see, but there is printing here all the way to the neck. This is really unique, and think about it from a brand owner's perspective and a marketing perspective. What used to be their opportunity to convey a message to a consumer was a label on the front and a label on the back. Now the marketing message can go from the very tip of the bottle to the very neck of the bottle, and it's a very unique printer. So between the 2 companies and what we offer with our print engine and jet inks components and what they do with the printer design, it really does offer the customer full service from beginning to end. It's everything from printer design to support to ink to service of their equipment. They'll even help, or will even help, with regard to preparation of artwork to make sure that people understand how digital artwork differs from conventional artwork in the printing process.
Together, we've been able to create this portfolio of machines. INX International brings the ink expertise, as well as the fact that they have developed a pretty phenomenal digital ink print engine. And we've been able to bring the machines themselves to bear. Our machines work because of their ink. Their ink gets put on the bottle because of our machines. It's a great partnership.